Welcome to the third quarterfinal of the day. Shooting Stars gonna take on Viksafjors. Viksafjors are also quite some legendary players, as they are playing with 6 players in their roster. How are they managing that in terms of their physicality? I don't know, probably a lot of gym, but Shooting Stars have slightly longer roster right now. And the first point is going to be scored by Shooting Stars. Congrats to them. They have came through to, I think, either win or got the second place in the Pool D, then win their respective crossovers and earn their place in the quarterfinals. So congrats to them. An extra game as well, of course, a crossover. But of course, it is more exciting to be in the top 8 rather than in the bottom 10. There are 18 open teams in this tournament and 7 women teams at the moment. Viksafjors, only with 6 players, are also making quite some progress, also making it into the quarterfinals, but we will see if the short bench will make a difference for them. So far, they are quite unfazed, and whoa! That is a great defense over there that we've got from Shooting Stars. Number 17, Povilas Čizinauskas. With the defense, and Shooting Stars have the opportunity for a break right now. Number 92 into the end, Čizinauskas with double happiness. Dominikas Žitkauskas with the assist, and Povilas Čizinauskas for the score. With the defense and the score, and a first break for Shooting Stars, and 2-0 lead, early lead in this game. Do you have the number for him? Viksafjors into the end zone with an amazing blade. Aurora Johnson. Unfortunately, I did not see who scored that goal, but you can always rewind that and have a look. What a great take in the end zone. These numbers are not very easy to see. But we will, of course, give the shout-outs to everyone, as all of these players are deserving that. That was Johan Leanderson with the score for Viksafjors, and Viksafjors on the board. Shooting Stars looking to make it quite a quick point once again. We've got Rapolas Šalaševičius for Domas Mockus in the end zone for another quick score, so 3-1. Very dynamic game, and looks like Viksafjors are well warmed up after a full 4 or 5 games yesterday, apologies. And Shooting Stars had quite a lot of points played yesterday, so Viksafjors with a dropped pull, basically. I think he was expecting it to go out of bounds, but that hit his hand, so that pull was brought in from the very back of the end zone, and now Viksafjors are knocking on the doorstep into the end zone for another quick score, and a 2-3. Viksafjors ready to pull. Aurora Johnson with the pull. And Shooting Stars are working their way into the other half of the field quite quickly. Zubavicius with the disc, the swing. To Shalashevicius, back to Zubavicius. And Zubavicius into the end zone for number 92, Dominika Žitkauskas, who was the scorer. Shooting Stars with some cheers. Definitely excited to get all the way to top 8 after having some great games yesterday. They were in the pool where I was playing, so it was definitely exciting to play against them. Also quite spirited players, and I've had a privilege of playing with a few of them on some hats in Lithuania, specifically with the puller, Domantas Tirbis. Viksafjors. Quick movement, and Aurora Jonsson with the disc on the near sideline. Swing to Filipovski Hargeby. Our disc with Leandersson. Filipovskis, and very quick movement. Looks like they have chemistry, that is for sure. You cannot deny that. The Swedish team. Leandersson into the end zone for a score for number 8, Sebastian Aurora Jonsson. Viksafjors ready to pull. Aurora Johnson with a nice pull at the very back of the end zone. Now Shalashevicius with the disc and into the end zone for a 2 passes score. So Zubavicius, once again, another score for him. Looks like Shalashevicius is not very comfortable right now, maybe nursing a bit of an injury or just very tired muscles for him. Unsurprisingly, playing on the hard floor. Not the easy feat. And could be quite difficult, of course. Body is getting tired. Shooting Stars with a pull. Alvinas Kukta. Great pull there with a nice chase. Bomark managing to get the disc off. Now very low disc for Filipovski. Swing, a blade, and number 8, Aurora Jonsson. Filipovski. Another push into Mattisson, and on the doorstep into the end zone for number 8, Aurora Johnson. As a suggestion for Viksafjors, some better uniforms, because it is very hard to read the numbers on this uniform. So yes, something nice and more contrasting would be much easier for the commentators and spectators to figure out who is scoring these points. Shooting Stars. Very quick advancing pass. Now back to Shalashevicius. Shalashevicius can't really find anything. Goes to Stirbis. Stirbis looking for a break side. Zubavicius is the disc. Zubavicius now pushes it into Mockus. Domas Mockus. Swing to Shalashevicius. Nothing is getting in just yet. And Zubavicius with the disc. Fakes the hammer. Not given Shalashevicius. To Stirbis. Oh, that was very, very close to the defensive hand, and Žitkauskas to Zubadicius for beautiful hammer score in the end zone. That brings us to 6-4. Shooting Stars with an early lead and 2 points advantage are not letting up, and seems like the teams have been trading so far. But that's okay for Shooting Stars as long as they have the upper hand. That suits them absolutely well. Filipovski with the disc. Gets the ball mark. Ball mark fakes, but a shorter pass at the moment. Aurora Johnson, and now Filipovski with the disc on the far sideline. Gets to Aurora Johnson. Back to Filipovski with a blade. And past the defender, but well held on by Aurora Johnson. Ball mark. A swing. And Filipovski once again on the far sideline. Back into the middle. Back to Filipovski. Just swinging it around for now. Ball mark. Back to Filipovski once again. Now to Aurora Johnson and into the end zone, but that is taken away by the defense. And that whistle signifies the end of the timeout that was called by Shooting Stars after that great defensive pressure in the end zone. It looked like that disc is going to be pushed into the end zone, but it was taken away by the defense, and we're going to have Elvinas Kuchta picking up the disc. Into the middle to Dominikas Žitkauskas. And that one is taken away, and Viksafjors are going to have another opportunity to get a hold, which they so desperately need to get the opportunities for a break and to get on defense, as they would need that if they want to win the game, as they are trailing by 2 at the moment. Nice movement once again by Viksafjors. Filipovski getting a bit of a bump on the mark, and quickly accepted call. Looks like a request from Filipovski to be a little bit easier with the mark and with the contact, but it is indoor, and unfortunately the bumps are happening maybe a little bit more often than outdoor, as there is a lot less space. And with a quick few passes, we are getting into the end zone, and Viksafjors are getting once again another offensive hold. Not an easy game for either of the teams. And I'm very curious. I would like to know how Viksafjors are rotating their 6 players right now. It's definitely not easy to play with 6. But they are managing pretty well. They are still trailing by 1 point. But of course they will be looking to get some break opportunities sooner rather than later. Zubavicius with the disc, a swing to Šalaševičius, to Stirbis. Šalaševičius just working around the end zone, quite a lot of pressure from Viksafjors. Ooh, great break from Žitkauskas, very low backhand break, and into the end zone from Stirbis to Dominikas Žitkauskas for another score, and we are the score is 7-5 at this game. Still 8 minutes to go, so plenty of time for Viksafjors to mount a nice pressure. Hopefully they will manage to get that, and we will have another exciting matchup, just as the previous 2 quarterfinals. Wouldn't that be a story for either of the team, Viksafjors with 6 players getting into the semifinals, or Shooting Stars with coming through from the lower pool, winning the crossovers, and getting themselves into the top 8 after the first day. Filipovski with the disc. Nice blade once again. They really like these blades. And Filipovski gets the disc back after a few swings closer to the end zone, and that was a jump into the end zone for number 8, Sebastian Aurora Johnson. 6-7, still trailing by a couple of breaks, Viksafjors. And Viksafjors with the pull, that is going to hit the curtains of our great sporting arena of Ogre. A beautiful venue, very multi-purpose, and we see plenty of space for all of the teams to warm up, to get ready for the games, and also very, very big hall, lots of space for all the spectators. And whoa, that was plenty of contact in the end zone to Žitkauskas, but he's unfazed. Of course, he's happy to come down with that disc. I'm sure that he would call a foul if that disc would be dropped, but well done to him to hold on to it. Filipovski was the defensive attempt in the end zone, but still trailing by 2 as they gave away a couple of points in the very beginning of the game, and that is coming to bite them at the closing stages. Filipovski gonna get us started to Bomark. Martin Bomark to Mikael Bomark, and now to Aurora Johnson. Martin Bomark to Aurora Johnson. Now swing to Leanderson, and once again to Martin Bomark. Aurora Johnson with the disc. Looks like we have a call. Looks like a pick, but it did not really affect anything, it seems like, for either of the teams. So we're going to check the disc in. Get a swing to Leanderson. Martin Bomark once again with the disc. Gets it to Aurora Johnson, and into the end zone. Looks like Leanderson maybe towed the line, and it is signaled in. So Viksafjors not letting out, but still, unfortunately, trailing by 2. They do need a break, and 2 would be even better for them. Shooting Stars, driver's seat, 4 minutes on the clock. Not so much time for Viksafjors to try to muster something out of that. And that disc is going to be called as a brick. And going to be brought into the brick mark. So give a more advantageous position for Shooting Stars. Handlers right now needing to go back and work and play in their own end zone. Swing to Zubavicius. Swing. Another swing, and now an advancing pass to Šalaševičius. Šalaševičius to Kuhta. And Žitkauskas. Swing to Zubavicius. Mockus. Swing to Zubavicius. And back to Šalaševičius. Another swing. Kuhta needing to lose some yards and work laterally. Not many cuts and not many opportunities. Zubavicius surveying options, but no deep is given. Žitkauskas. Swing to Kuhta. Kuhta looking for options. Lots of pressure there from Leandersson, and into the end zone with a hammer. Beautiful shot, and Žitkauskas, great read, great chase down of the disc, and a beautiful score for Shooting Stars. About 100 seconds left in the regulation time. And time is running out for Viksafjors. Most probably the Paga rule is not going to be applied, the difference of 3. However, of course, Viksafjors are on a back foot at the moment, and a hammer into the end zone. Whoa, beautiful from Filipovski, Hargeby to number 4, Johan Leandersson, for another beautiful hammer score. And still within 1, so both of the teams are trading since it was 2-0, but Shooting Stars with the early opportunities are having the upper hand from the very beginning of this game. Aurora Johnson with the pull. Going to be taken down by Šalaševičius. Šalaševičius surveying options, finds Žitkauskas. A short advancing pass. Žitkauskas near sideline. Number 9 now Zubavicius gets it to Šalaševičius. Šalaševičius goes back to Zubavicius. And that time is running out. Looks like a pick has been called on a play. Uncontested. Quick discussion, and the disc is going to be checked in by Zubavicius. To Žitkauskas. Nice swing to Kuhta. And Kuhta to Šalaševičius. Looks like a discussion. Oh yeah, a travel has been called on a throw. Filipovski calling a travel. This time given to Stirbis. Yeah, looks like Shooting Stars are quite happy to just swing the disc around and not taking any risky options. Šalaševičius with the disc, asking for something to come in. Some shortcuts. Žitkauskas to Šalaševičius for another score. We're going to play a game to 11. Stirbis with the pull. What could be the last point of the game if Shooting Stars gonna get another break to themselves. Martin Bomark with the disc. Swing to Aurora Johnson. Looks like a pick is being called. Few bumps over there, but nothing too bad. Quick discussion, very quick adjustments, and we're gonna be back in play shortly. Some instructions of closing certain throws coming from Stirbis. And Benas Mockus is ready to check the disc in. Very high mark over there, trying to prevent the hammer. But Viksafjors are working the disc really very, very well. Lots of chemistry, of course, with these players, only playing with 6. And Aurora Johnson for the score from Filipovski. It's crunch time for Viksafjors, as the only way they can win the game is to get a break or 2 or maybe more. Well, they basically need 2 breaks. There is no other way of winning the game for them. And Viksafjors, Filipovski, ready to pull. Let's see, Shooting Stars gonna get a high disc. Šalaševičius gonna swing to Kuhta. Kuhta to Stirbis. Stirbis finding Šalaševičius. Kuhta, low disc, not an easy grab, but well done to him. And Viksafjors getting their defense present. Johan Leanderson with that defense, and first break opportunity for Viksafjors. In my opinion, Viksafjors have been playing a great offense. However, defensively maybe were struggling a little bit due to maybe only having 6 players. So let's see if this will work out for them well enough. So Mikhail Bomark to Filipovski. Filipovski surveying options, trying to find something in the end zone. Swing and gets it to the middle. Another swing to the near sideline, back to the middle. And into Filipovski in the middle, knocking on the doorstep right now. And into the end zone for a first break of the game. We have a universe, ladies and gentlemen. Filipovski to number 4, Johan Leanderson for the score. So Leanderson with double happiness. He's got a defense and a score in the end zone. Can Viksafjors do that again? Let's see and find out. Filipovski with a pull, and this time Šalaševičius is electing to get a more advantageous place on the field. gonna swing that to Mockus, to Domas Mockus, and then a hammer to Dominykas Žitkauskas. Domas Mockus once again with the disc. Lots of fakes, Šalaševičius. Fakes once, fakes twice. Finally finding Domas Mockus. And Žitkauskas into the end zone for Stirbis, but too low for him, and also past the bidding defender. Crunch time. Definitely crunch time, but this time for Shooting Stars, as they need to get the disc back in order to have an opportunity to win that. Filipovski with the disc to Bomark, Martin Bomark. Swing, working in their own end zone. Are we going to have a Callahan? No, it's going to be a hammer, a lefty hammer, and just marked in, just kept in by Martin Bomark. Back to Filipovski. And a scuba into the end zone. Viksafjors don't need more players. They just need chemistry, and they just need a power of belief. They were trailing the whole game by 2 points. And in the very end, they managing to get one break and then another break to win the game. That game got exciting very, 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 very fast. So if you were thinking, oh, it's a boring game, they were just trailing by 2. No, definitely not. So exciting quarterfinals so far. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to be replaced by the president of the Latvian Frisbee Federation, Jānis Bernants, for the next and last quarterfinals of the day, where we're going to know who is going to be all of our semi-finalists. I've been Dmitry Doroshenko. I'll be back in approximately half an hour. Thanks for listening, and enjoy Rigas Rudens.